Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. I know technically I'm late because this came on Friday and it's Sunday. Y'all just not getting it Sunday evening. But again, it's been a long week, so I am still here and whatnot. Okay, but y'all know first things first. Make sure to. Oh, I forgot to say this is my review for Raise the Love. Season 4, episode 5, and whatnot. Okay, y'all know to go ahead and subscribe to my channels to become a whole JayBird, dot, and all of that. Y'all know the link to subscribe to my secondary channel that is going to talk is always in the description box below. You know, to do all these things on the screen, you know, liking and commenting and sharing and relaxing and centering yourself and inhaling and exhaling because it's the thing to do. Okay. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner because that is my handle, and I am here. I'm here. I have not put my lipstick on yet. I just forgot. But let's get into. So, Ready to Love season 5. Is anybody really ready to love? I feel like no one is really ready, and we just waiting for it to happen, and it will happen in our lifetime or whatever. But let's get into these things. Do not forget, you know, the Ooh Ladies First panel will be on a different day this week. We were on a different day last week because Thursday was Niecy's birthday, so we ended up going live on Monday. Now, this coming week, because it's Sunday, we would actually be live on Wednesday. Okay, on Wednesday, because on Thursday there is a verses that is on. So we don't want to be on the same time as verse. So this Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be live on Bondi Blues channel. So it's not Thursday. Okay, it's gonna be on Wednesday. The link is already posted on Bondi's page. So y'all are not confused. We're changing the date for specific reasons. Again, last because it was Lisa's birthday and she wanted to enjoy her birthday. You know, this coming week because it's a versus on Thursday. So we will be live on Wednesday. Now the following week, okay, which is my week on my channel. So not this coming week, the week after that. That's Thanksgiving. Okay, Thursday is Thanksgiving. We will not be live on Thursday. So we'll be live on that Tuesday. We'll mention that on this coming show. I will bring it up another time. But again, we are just making sure that y'all know we are changing the Thursday dates because things are happening on Thursdays. Because the week after that, which is the channel is on Jamie's channel, we have to push the show to Wednesday because there's another versus, okay, on December 2nd between Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3-6 Mafia. Okay, this Thursday it is Stephanie Mills versus Shaka Khan. So a lot of things are happening. So again, please make sure to be following all of us. Please make sure to have your notifications on and make sure to also follow our IG page because we're posting things there. Okay, I want to get that all out in the open. And as y'all know, after each verses, yes, I will be live on my YouTube channel, Jaylee's Corner, to do my after versus chit chat. I'm going to try to stream the verses live on my Jaylee's Corner talk page. I have to first get this up to go live, but I'm going to probably stream it live on there for y'all to watch. But let's move on to what y'all here for, which is Ready to Love. Okay, so the men was sitting around chit chatting with Tommy because again, this week, not again, but this week a woman we going home. And so he letting the men know this is who's left. Okay, I added Shawn. Okay, I added Shawn. I did not add Sydney down here because we didn't see Sydney at all this episode. So until I see her again, I'm not gonna try to figure out to be moving things around to add her in. So again, we didn't see her this episode, so she ain't down here, but the men are up here. So Tommy tells them, look, I need y'all to go ahead and go on some dates, okay? But don't go on no date with the person who's your number one. Give somebody else a chance, okay, to see if there's something there. Go out with other people and whatnot. Okay, so first people we seen, Walter and Zadie went on a little pedicure date or whatever. Look, they were talking, and I promise y'all I was not listening. I promise y'all I had to rewind it like six different times to really pay attention. It was boring me, okay? Because a part of me feel like y'all don't really like each other, okay? And I feel like, I get they want people to be sure that whoever they like is who they like, but why not have them do that in the beginning? Okay, why not tell them to go on dates with everyone? Do that, but I'm bored. Okay, now Zadia brought up how Walter's a smooth talker. Okay, and because of that, she knows she has to be careful because he's smooth as a baby's bottom. Okay, now he brings up how he was raised by a house full of women. You know what I'm saying, and how losing his wife and being raised by women made him eventually stop being a hoe. Okay, now they had a good date, but again, I was bored. I feel like, even though he was speaking about, I had business, the fact that he said, his friends and family told him, you're messing up now, you're gonna lose your wife before she's wife, you're gonna lose your girlfriend. So I'm like, you was out here hoeing and thotting and bopping and whatever before you got married. You lost your wife, unfortunately, early on in your life. So it's weird to me that he keeps bringing that up as if it's a recent situation or like before and after his wife passed away. He went out here fighting and bopping. So I don't know. I don't know. Walter is for sure a smooth talking sugar daddy. And I'm like, get out my face, Walter. We then had Stephanie and Shawn who went on a date. Now we didn't see Stephanie at all last week. Okay. And Shawn is the newbie. And look, they had a good time talking. Okay, now she brings up about her daughter. I think is about to be 9 years old, and how she doesn't really want more children because again, her daughter is about to be 9. She also brings up how. Well, no, she doesn't. But he then brings about, he thinks he does want children. He has not been married. He has no children, but he wants them. He brought up how, over the years, when dating whoever, I've always just gone with the flow and not really, did what I wanted to do or say what I wanted. And I think what he's doing here now, he's the fact that he's consistently asking them, do they want children? I feel like has he always dated women and never tried to push them to have a child? And now he knows because he's getting older, I want children. That is something I want. So I at least want to be with a woman who children are not off the table. That's actually a good thing to me to get that out, be honest about that. I want someone to possibly push a baby out their cooch and whatnot. Okay. But again, she does not want them. He does. So while they do like each other, they both get that it's a conflict of interest. Okay. Because which one of them should compromise on what they want just because they like each other. Because again, he does want children, she does not. So, it can go either way. But I appreciated him being honest and saying, like, look, I want kids. And if you don't, I get that. I don't need you to change your mind, but I just need you to know that's possibly something I'm going to want in the future. So again, that was a date. That was fine, fine, fine. So we then see Phil and Alicia who went on a date. Now, we know Alicia was really feeling Frank, who I call Chipmunk Face. Cute Chipmunk Face, but Chipmunk Face nonetheless. But she still wants to see who else she likes or whatever. And they bring up how her and Phil have been talking over the phone a whole lot. So this is like their first date, but they have a connection nonetheless or whatever. And he does ask her up front, like, do you want children? Do you want more kids? Because she has two kids already. So it's more of do she want more? Because like I've heard different things. And so I'm like, yeah, because she told Shawn that she did not want more kids. But she explains to us and to him that that's a easy answer she gives to people who ask her. She does say not on any more kids. But it's a more detailed explanation as to why she doesn't want kids. And because her and him, talk so much and she's comfortable with him and she wants to be vulnerable, she tells them what really happened. So for her, she has a hard time carrying kids to term. She almost lost both her kids that she have currently. She also had a miscarriage before. So for her, she just does not want to go through that again because she knows her body. And while she's, birthed two children, she also lost one and almost lost those two. So for her, it's probably a traumatic whole situation. Now, I liked about the situation was, she like started like bawling, crying because for her, she's like, I don't want to have to explain to a husband or to a man who I'm with that I can't bring his children to the world. And I wonder if her and her husband, okay, if he felt like she was a failure because, she couldn't birth, more children for him. Her saying how, that's what she worried about makes me feel like he put that in her head or whatever. And how she was just, I mean, bawling, crying, talking with him about it, and he just, went over and I probably had a picture of it, and he, consoled her because it was very, very, it was very, very emotional, and I felt like because she covered her face with the napkin as she was crying, but it was just so, so sad. And, he went in just console, like, calm down. It's okay. Breathe, breathe. When you have these attacks, we can't breathe. And cause I've had it before too. And so, just seeing him comfort her and, let her know it's okay to feel how she feels, that she can never feel like a failure because she can't carry a child to term. I liked him consoling her, and they both said how that moment made them feel closer because one, she let her guard down and he was able to console her, and that's always a good thing. Some men don't know how to console women. Some men will just sit there and watch you bawl, cry, and like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh, console me, hug me, love on me, make me feel better. And I like that Phil did that. So I think their day was really, really cool, and I love that she opened up more about what a person feels when they can't carry a child to term. That's always a good thing because people don't know how to feel. Um, Naeem and Camille, this was a pointless date to me because Camille has made it clear that she don't want nobody, she don't want to see nobody, she don't care about nobody other than Cornelius. I feel like, this is like, okay, I gotta go out with somebody, I guess I'll pick her. Because Camille, Naeem brought up how, Camille has always gave off an impression, one, she's unapproachable. Two, she did not want to be bothered. And three, she don't want anybody but Cornelius or whatever. And she also just doesn't want to talk to people in general. And I think that's the part where Camille has the game messed up. You cannot be interested in people, but not be standoffish to where, ew, what are you doing? Like it seemed too much. And it seems like that may be the feeling that the guys have about her based on how she acts. And so Camille says to us, like me and Nayan could be friends. Okay, but that's that on that or whatever. He said, I don't know why he tried to feed me oysters. Oysters are or girl, oysters are an aphrodisiac. And she's like, I don't know why he said that because he ain't getting no cooch. I said, well, I mean, okay, I guess so. Now she asked, like, do you want kids? How would you see yourself dealing with my child? How much money do you make? It's over six figures, right? And he was like, the fuck is she asking me? What is going on here? Why is she asking me how much money I make? I don't see an issue with a conversation on finances, but I don't see myself asking a man in this part of the situation, how much money he makes is it over six figures? If a man came to me and said, I make, 700,000 now, sir, I don't need your finance like that. Just do you make money? Are you poor? Can you afford your lifestyle? You can, that's all that. Are you budgeting? Okay, you have bad credits. I think asking, do you have debt? Do you have bad credit is a better question than how much money do you make? Because people can make a lot of money and have bad credit because they don't know how to they don't know how to balance shit. But again, he was like, I'm not answering that question. Girl, get out of my face. Anyway, I feel like, and he also said that he was open to having children, but he wanted to like get to the woman first. He say Camille gives out the vibe that she's all over the place. Okay, he wants someone who's more centered. I do feel like when Camille was out with other people, because she don't care, she isn't conducting herself in a way that doesn't seem sporadic. I think for her, she's just her, whatever, yeah, you know. And that can be weird to some people, but I think she's not trying to impress anyone. So that's why that's that. Now, we did see a little foursome date on the pop off screen. And the foursome date, it was Dante, Frank, Sabrina, and Moomin who went out. And I mean, I guess so. Now we see Dante and Sabrina talk. It's weird, but Dante's the wild one. It's weird to me. I don't think Dante needs to be here. I 100% feel like he should definitely go home next because I don't see him really connecting with anybody. I know he likes Shiloh, but I was like, get out of my face, homie. They was chit and chatting. They were just bonding over both of the children. She has a 9 or almost 9-year-old, and she brings up how her daughter's father has never been involved in her life. And of course, he has 3 kids by 3 women, and he say, things are not negative or whatever. There's no drama, or whatever, and sometimes people can be judgmental based on his situation. I feel like, look, it's hard because men have one penis and women have one vagina, but a man can get more women pregnant at the same time. So I do wonder how old is his kids? When did he have them? And has he actually matured to being a better person now? And is he a good father? Because I wouldn't judge a 40-year-old man who had kids at, let's say, 17, 18, and 19, and now he's 40. So I need to know how old his kids is before I can even say he ain't shit, because I just wonder if there's really not any drama. Because if your children are, younger, like you had them recently, I still feel like, son, you have growing to do, and you probably just not raised love, because something about him feels like he has a wall up protecting himself from being who he really is. So I don't really trust Dante, but I'm gonna leave that be. Now with Frank and Mumin, um, they discussed her being celibate. They also discussed how their upbringings were different as far as different foods or whatever. My grandma kept on foods. But she may said no, but she's celibate for one, that she just chooses that she no longer wants to lead with sex in her relationships. And sex is the easy thing, you know what I'm saying? The hard, not the hard thing, but the better thing, the she wants to be sure that outside of sex, the relationship is still good. And I'm like, that's a great reason to want to abstain from having sex. That she's not a virgin, but she's just celibate right now. And he like, look, I respect where you are, you know what I'm saying, and the reasons that led you to that decision. Okay, great, great, great. I just want you to also know I'm a very hypersexual person, okay? Just so you are aware. And so I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know how to take that information because I'm looking like, so you gonna cheat on me? Is that what we're saying here? Okay. Anyway, so I was like, I guess that's that. Now we did see a quick little scene of Shawn and Tasia on a date. I mean, the date was fine, you know, but I was also bored. They both believe in God. God do too. They both want kids, and even though he's older, they both want a family or whatever. But I didn't feel any kind of connection here. I felt like two people who agree on things on a date, but sometimes being two people who agree on what you want in life does not mean that y'all are a match. So I was like, let's move on. Anyway, we do see Cornelius. Oh, I guess put it up. Cornelius and what's the lady name? Courtney went on a little wine tasting or rum tasting date, and I was like, "Is this what they're trying to do? Are they a couple?" I'm looking for my photo now because I'm like, I'm not crazy. Oh, here we go. I just didn't put it in my editor. But you know, it's hard because they did like each other. We knew that from earlier on or whatever. And, he brings up his connection, is really with Camille. But he also liked Courtney. But I feel like Cornelius can't even really say who else he likes because Camille has been cock blocking him or cooch blocking him ever since, the show has started. So I feel like he can't even fully say that he feel someone else because he's never been able to do it without feeling judged by Camille. But again, he wanted to still, go out with Courtney. And Courtney feel like I want him to want me, okay? And I was like, and plus she also brought up how her connection at first was with Corey. Corey's gone, and so and the other men have not kind of stepped up to date her. So she wanted to see what's up with Cornelius. This is the thing with him too. She is a sexual person and she prefers sex before marriage. I'm saying, and for her, knowing that for him, he does not want to have sex be the main thing of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? He wants to wait because he's a Christian. I'm like, bro, get out my face. Um, and I'm not knocking him being a Christian, but you can't kind of not want to have sex. You can't want to have a little bit of sex, but not a lot of sex, and then tell somebody else. I'm saying if you want a lot, I don't want a lot of sex. I'm like, get out my face, Cornelius. But it's okay if he's being honest up front and saying, I don't want to have this fully, full on, all about sex relationship. I want to hold on to a piece of my values as a Christian and not be about, all the time. But they don't really mesh because he can't see past her saying, I'm gonna want to fuck and I'm gonna make you want to fuck me. And I think he didn't like that. I think he felt like she was too forward with that. And I'm like, sir, get out of all of our faces because you can't, it's weird that men want to control how much of a sexual being someone can be. Like, I'm not saying I'm celibate. I'm saying that we have sex, I may want to hold off a little bit. And if you don't want to hold off a little bit, then I don't want you. Man, look, fuck y'all, okay? So, I was like, whatever. We then have all the men who are at the men's lounge discussing all the women, okay? And I wrote down a couple notes. Phil say he liked his date with Aisha, okay? How she is in his top two, but his number one is still Shiloh. That's who he likes the most. Shawn say he feels to see. He said Tasia has a Jill Scott vibe to her, and I like that. Okay. He also said he feels Sabrina. How Sabrina has this regal feeling about her that he liked, but again, they have to figure out the kid situation. Dante still says number one is Shiloh, but he also liked Zadia. And I was like, is that really okay? Dante also says he's number one is Shiloh. I don't not Dante. I mean Frank. Frank brought up how he likes Mumin and she's cool. He likes her. But Frank also brought up earlier how he likes Alicia. Okay. And I'm like, these men are the double choices. Okay. Now, who they did not like. Cornelius said Courtney because, she was just a little bit too forward and she's younger. So there is at different stages or whatever. I'm like, whatever. It's weird to me that he wants to paint Camille off as this controlling, maybe a little bit of jealousy. But the one time you had a chance to get to know somebody else, you really didn't take, you know, you really didn't do it fully. Okay. And sir, that's on you. Frank and Walter both say Courtney as well. Dante say Tasia because he gets friend vibes from her. Naeem says Camille because Camille is not approachable and she just doesn't want to talk to anyone there. And Shawn agreed that she's off putting. I think a couple guys also agreed she's off putting. And Dante brought up how because she's so focused on Cornelius, that's just what it is. So the bottom two women end up being dun dun dun. It is Camille and Courtney. I'm kind of not surprised, but I'm also surprised. Like, why did nobody mention is Sydney even still here? Because she didn't go home. So I was like, no one even mentioned her. We also did not see her this episode. So I'm gonna leave that be. Walter meets with Courtney, and then Dante met with Camille. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Uh, Courtney went home. Okay. Lion headed Leo Courtney went home because Walker told her like the man just felt like she really hasn't been trying to date them. I think she maybe used to men approaching her and the men didn't. Corey did, and then once Corey left, she had, nothing to kind of ground herself in a secondary like outside of Cornelius. And even with him, I don't feel like he fully gave her the time of day. So I get why she went home. Now the only reason I feel because he also brought up, because she brought up how, well, no, we had a double date, remember? And Walter said, well, yeah, but that double date, you and Camille was both on Cornelius. So I didn't even need to be there. Okay. Now with Dante and Camille, she came in like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not happy about this date. I don't like him. Okay. And so whatever. And she sat down and told that man, I got things to do, so area. I'm like, "Girl, see, this is why I feel like she should go home. The only reason she's safe is because her only match is with Cornelius. If he stops liking her, she gonna go home. So I feel like, do they have a pack, okay, to always pick each other? Because again, as long as one or the other of them pick, as long as they are together, they are safe. So is I don't really see him liking her, because around her he seemed like, oh my God, what's he gonna do? So I don't know. I don't. And when he brings up how the men feel like, she don't really, she's not really being open to dating, you know, all the people. Well, I'm not. I'm saying I'm gonna put my energy into who I like or whatever, and that's what it is. I'm not gonna waste nobody's time, and I appreciate that. I really, really do. But the way she goes about it does seem off-putting, and that's just true tea. But he do tell her that she was not going home, and I was like, but she should. And she said the men only wanted her into the bottom because she don't like them. I mean, true, but that's the name of the game. But again, that was the whole episode. I hope the rest of the season gets a little bit more interesting or whatever. These days, this is boring to me, but I'm gonna leave that be. Anyway, do not forget to tune in later. I will have more content up later. I'm gonna try to put this up right now. So it should be up by like 7:30 p.m. today, hopefully. Other than that, I will talk to y'all and see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.